What do you get when you cross a church with a laser tag arena? Pew pew pew! Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. We've got important news that I don't think you've heard from CG, folks. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Coliseum and early strategies for the Jotaz, or is it a Jotaz? Is it a soft J? We don't know, and we won't discuss it further. Huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support, guys. We will discuss you further in a different point in time, I'm sure. And guys, just a reminder, please help me mount the algorithm if you wouldn't mind. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Let's go to my account first here, folks. So hey, Coliseum's here. You have this big beast growling at just a completely lifeless Luke. But we have the Jotaz, and so everyone was excited to play this, or at least it seemed like people were excited to play this mode, and it pretty quickly became apparent that we're not going to upgrade our characters super duper quickly or fast. I mean, in fact, it's a little bit baffling how we're going to upgrade our characters, because we're going to get rank rewards every week, or every day, actually. But the currency that they give us, it is just stuff that helps us get either some Lightspeed tokens that would be pretty nice for certain level of accounts, or it helps us get Relic 10, which is really expensive and we need all the help we can get. It doesn't, in fact, our daily pay in this doesn't, in fact, help upgrade our characters. And so, I mean, I spent on my main account, and we're going to talk about my main account, and then eventually we'll talk about my middle account and my smallest account, which I spend smaller amounts of money. But on my main account, I buy the new character to the point where he's at 6 stars, and over the course of the week, I can get him to 7 stars. That's been my habit. I don't know if I'll continue to do that. I'm not totally sure, but that's what I did this time. So I got a 6-star Stormtrooper Luke, and then I also was able to, here, should we let's change where my face is for a minute. Whoa, we gotta fix the, hold on. There we go. Okay, so I also was able to level him up to 17, which means I spent a decent number of crystals to be able to do that. And when I got to the point in the progression where I would have to start spending actual dollars to improve my Luke, I just didn't want to do it. I had already spent $105 plus the episode pass, so 125, I guess, if you want to call it that. And then I spent a bunch of crystals to be able to get him the materials that he needs. The Forn. The names of these materials are really funny. I wonder where they got them. From Fornhub. Anyways, we finally got Cupcake Luke up to 17. Or 16, rather. Sorry, so 16. Cool. So from here, I was like, okay, great. Well, let's go get a good score in Coliseum. I was ranked number 7. These a-holes have displaced me to 16. How dare they? But I mean, it's all right that everyone, like, people are investing to get higher levels. Like, let's see, the guy right above me. Let's see, Lil Scoob. What's his? He's in Bronzium. Look at him. He's got a level 20. Stormtrooper Luke. Mine is 16, so I don't feel that bad. Honestly, like 16 is fine. 16, and I got, top. So I'm getting the second tier of rewards, not the very top, but I suppose that's okay. The big question becomes, where do you get rewards so that you can upgrade your characters? Because there's not really a way to do that. After looking at all the different shops and all the different options, there's not really a thing you can do to upgrade your character. Now, you do get one-time rewards, milestone rewards, for getting certain scores. So you can get 17 Forns. You can get another 17, another 100. You get all these, but you have to have a significantly better Luke to be able to do this. And so, am I just going to be stuck at level 16 forever? Like, it just seems impossible that we're going to advance at all, and there's no intuitive way to just assume we're going to do this. Now we're going to switch out our beast that we have to fight. I don't know what we're fighting tomorrow, or when this is published. I guess it'll be today. We'll fight either the Zepho Guardians. That's my guess is that, just because it's next in line, but who knows? And then a Dryax or a pirate ATST. Is this piloted by a beast as well, like a monster, or are they actually like humans? Anyways, we have this stuff, but it's not apparent to anyone. Like, the math isn't mathing. People are wondering what's going on with the advancement thing, and a lot of people have hated this mode already. Just immediately snap judgment. We've had it for less than 24 hours and it's trash. And I can understand the initial reaction, because it's not just immediately fun to play, because you get a bunch of attempts with if you're not spending, you do significantly worse than how your competitors, your fellow arena mates are doing. It feels bad, right? And you don't have many prospects to improve unless you spend a lot of money. Like, people who want to spend money can get there, and people who don't, people are like, well, this is just a whale mode. And that makes sense to me, actually. I mean, you hate the Coliseum. That I don't get that, because it's like, we haven't given it a chance yet, honestly. I do understand, like, the frustration of where are any of the things coming from, and CG has not spelled it out. And this is funny, guys. So if at the end of arena, or at the end of the era, whatever, if we wanted to, if we're just done at the end, then we'll end up cashing out Luke. Now I don't know where it is. Yeah, here we are. So right now, oh, here, let me switch where my face is again. So if I were to cash out level 16 Luke, even though I spent $100 on him, I'll have him 7 stars. He'd only be gear level 4. Like, that seems really bad. Honestly, it sounds atrocious, right? Just like the worst thing ever. And I don't have a way to advance him at all. So I'm confused. Like, are they going to come in different days? And we don't really have an answer to exactly where things are going to be showing up, folks. What we do have is word from a developer from CG who actually does know more than us. So let me show you guys. Let me show you. Let's see, where's there it is. All right, so the initial post that they gave us, when they told us about the Coliseum, they said that you could get to era level 65, which is where we expect most players to reach with free-to-play. Cool. So era level 65. I don't see how we get there, but great. That's cool. I mean, wonderful. We appreciate that. But it's a big question mark. How do we get there? Like, my pay to win account that I spent $100 on this character, and I'm gonna have to do that 5 more times, will I guess eventually get to about 65 if I keep spending that money. But that's not free to play. That's spend to, like, that's pay to win, right? Like, I should expect to be able to pretty damn well close to max with this character. With how much I'm spending, I should be expecting to max, like, my era level toward the end. I think, anyways. It seems reasonable to me. So what do we what exactly happens? And so we asked. There's a bunch of concerned content creators, and we have a pipeline to talk to a few developers here. And so after my stream, he was actually just talking like in the place where we could talk to him, and we asked, like, where are we getting this stuff to advance, because it doesn't make sense right now, right? So first off, he says, trust me, the resources will be there. You just can't see them yet, which I don't know what that exactly means. Like, we can't see, like, we don't know where they're coming from. There's some kind of event, some kind of thing that occurs where we'll get the materials to upgrade our characters. And I mean, my immediate thought was, is that going to be the galactic challenges or the era challenges now, as they renamed it? Maybe that's where we'll get them. Maybe they'll come somewhere from somewhere else. I don't really know. Like, who knows? But here, he went on to say this, guys. He said, I've said it multiple times today, free to play will get enough resources to take all 6 marquees to era level 65. All 6 of them to era level 65, provided they actively engage in Coliseum, play tier 1 of each marquee event, which, I mean, that's super easy to do, barely an inconvenience, and then do the daily and free-to-play episode quests. So not the spending quests, not the spending track, just the daily track, and they're completing the episode track each episode. So getting all the way to 50. So still vague on where they're coming from, but I mean, I don't think they would just lie to us and be like, yeah, that's gonna happen, and then it just won't ever happen. Like, that's gonna last for 1 month, and then we'll just be like, so that was dumb, and then leave the game immediately because we can't trust anything they say. And so I mean, they said it initially. They said, we're going to end at 65 for free-to-play, specifically free-to-play, not my whale account or my mini whale, whatever you want to call it. But a free-to-play account, genuinely free-to-play, should get to era level 65. All it takes is faith, folks. Just trust in the company that a lot of you have decided is the most evil company in the world. But I thought it would be good for you guys to know this. I asked if I could share it. He said, yes, I can. So I'm sharing it. All right. I hope this helps with your anguish. Now, I know that doesn't necessarily make the game mode fun. It doesn't necessarily solve any of your other numerous issues that you have, including skill issues with this event. So let's work on some skill issues here, shall we? Let's transition to actually discussing, having a productive discussion on strategy for this game. So here, let's go back to the actual game here. And whoa, we've got Cupcake Luke here. He's got level 3 abilities, somewhat. Some of them are level 2. It's wow. Apparently we've got my refresh, my reset here. So anyways, we just in terms of what we're trying to do here. Well, first off, I just want to point out to you folks that there's a lot of confusion about how we're leveling things and what's going on. So we have Stormtrooper Luke. He's level 16. That is different, actually, from your actual era level, which is found, hold on. Right, sorry, it's not here. It is in, you go to collection, and you can see the era that you're in. So Luke is right now level 16. This is also your total era level. So Luke is 16. Eventually, we'll get Asajj. She's level 0 right now. And she's not next, I don't think. I think it's IG-90 is next. And then Inquisitor Barriss, they're all level 0 right now. Luke is 16, but eventually, you're working on your total era level. You can also claim these little tokens, these era currency things. This is what you need to get Relic 10. With Relic 10, we'll have other videos about it. It's honestly, guys, I'll just tell you without backing it up at all. My opinion is no one needs Relic 10 unless you want to compete at the highest level of GAC. I just think it's for people who really want that extra little bit of separation. I really think that for the most part you should be buying. You can see that in era shipments, you can either get the coaxial things, which that's like the new droid brains. That's like the level. That's like the Relic 10 droid brain. All right, it's the coaxial servo motor. They're expensive. For 10 of them, for half of what you need, you could instead get an Erodium Lightspeed token, which gets a character up to Relic level 5. And 6 stars, which obviously doesn't farm the character entirely, but I mean, it skips all the Kyrotech and it skips all the Gear 12 bottleneck as well, and a ton of the Relic bottleneck. So that for most accounts is what you want to buy. Honestly, I know that it's still going to be a little expensive, but that's where you get, that's what your daily income is. That's where you get your stuff. So for those of you who want to do the Coliseum, remember that if you want to get to the higher tiers, so if you look at the leaderboards, the way you read this is someone got to tier 3. I personally got to tier 2. And to do that, you have to beat tier 1. So I beat tier 1. That's all these guys here. And so you can see the tier 1 have way higher scores than anyone in tier 2. Once you get to tier 2, that's just like immediate promotion. You're higher ranked than anyone else. So this guy with 11,000 did not actually beat the Jotaz. And so anyways, they got... maybe they beat the Jotaz, but didn't try to do the second level, the second tier. And so once that your attempts reset at that point, and you immediately start fighting at that tier. So I got this score at tier 2, but then some people spent more and got to tier 3 instead. And I think that's the highest anyone has gotten. I think Krakens have said that to get a new character all the way up to like level 75, was it, or was it 95? I don't remember now. They say that, and I'm just trusting people, they say that it's like $470, which no one's gonna, I mean, some people will spend that, but for the most part, and it's gonna take multiple days to do. So anyways, just like a brief introduction to it. Now I'll show you guys my like my basic strategy. There's nothing too crazy here, but let's go through it. All right, guys, so I'm actually gonna show you guys on my smallest account how I did this, because this is where I kind of optimized my strategy. Not that it's like optimal, not that it's amazing, and maybe someone has a better strategy, but this is what I've discovered. So anyways, we've got the 4 borrowed characters. They all count as the same faction. So when you read the descriptions, it says Luke calls all rebel allies to assist. In this case, they're all rebels. They're all Inquisition. They're all, you know, they all have the same they all have the same buffs. So Vader just wants to do his second special, or first special, sorry. Second special is just something you don't do. It does less damage because it's an AoE. It does other cool things. But remember, all of our ability levels are like level 2 or 1 even. So they do very few things. They're missing components that'll help us later. So Asajj can do either her second special, that's her big damage dealer, or she can make someone a disciple. That's those are her choices, or a basic. So I typically just did her second special first to line up the disciple move in just a little bit. So all right, do the big hit with disciple. Chota just wants to do a basic. His other stuff is worthless. I'm just not even going to go into it. The other stuff, it heals everyone a small amount, or it does an AoE against a lone character. So I guess I am going into it. So okay, Luke can do. He wants to do his second special here if he can. He wants to call the mass assist. Though, yeah, okay. I was like, wait, what am I doing? Okay, so mass assist, that's like our biggest damage dealer for sure. Inquisitor Barris doesn't want to do her second special ever because it just heals everyone like a 5%. It's terrible right now. Eventually it might be good, but it's terrible now. So she can choose to either take away 2% of his crit damage and give it herself that crit damage, and the percentage of the crit damage that she's taking away, that she's stealing, is based off of how much siphon she has, which that's the number above her head on the blue box, and that she has that because she did 1 basic already. She gets it from doing basics, and so she did that because she was called to assist by Luke already. So you can really choose. She doesn't do much damage. She's kind of a throwaway character at this point. She'll probably be more relevant later, but we can yeah, okay, so I'm reading these abilities here. We'll talk about his abilities in a minute. Okay, so he does his AoE because we don't want everyone to have buffs initially. That's what we don't want. We don't want everyone to have buffs initially, because his AoE, when he does it, which that's what he did, he dispels all of your buffs anyways, and he gains offense based on how many buffs he dispels. So you can see everyone's already really hurt. Vader just wants to do a basic here. And then, so Asajj is going to hand the she does her first special and hands Disciple to Vader, and I'll show you guys why in just a minute. So she gives it to Vader here, and then Chewie is just gonna do a basic. Or I guess I tried healing that time because I was always trying new things. Okay, so Luke typically hands the turn to a bonus turn to Vader because it also gives everyone a buff. And what that does, you can see the Jotaz almost has his second turn. He's probably going to do a basic. What the basic does is it does 250% extra damage if you don't have a buff. And so you're going to hand a bonus turn to Vader, and because he takes a turn, the tenacity up everyone has only lasts for one turn. And so because Vader takes a bonus turn, all of his buffs are going to go away. So then when the Jotaz hits him, he has a chance to survive. Now, I actually kind of don't think he does survive in this case, but he on like bigger, stronger accounts, he does survive. So give the bonus turn to Vader because see, we have already given him Disciple. He has that locked buff. So now when the Jotaz goes, well, so Vader's gonna go. It's his bonus turn, and now those buffs go. Yeah, so he's still dead. He didn't even get crit. He still died because he's a weakling. But we gave him the best chance to survive, and that helps more if you get a little bit stronger. So now you're just fighting to get a second mass assist from Luke if you can. And you're just doing your damage stuff, like either basics or either basics or if there's a special that does a little bit more. So yeah, just a basic with Luke, and you're just hoping that Luke will get to the point where he can call a mass assist. Apparently not this time. This is still my highest damage from this account, I believe, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, honestly, RNG is a pretty big factor here as well. Asajj kept getting good attacks in, and then yeah, they all get wiped out. So let's see, what did I end up with? Yeah, so I ended up with my littlest account with Zerbear. I ended up getting a 1426, which probably other people are getting better. I don't know. Maybe there's a more optimized way to do it, but that's how I do it. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I hope this was helpful. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zereth prevails. Take care, folks.